Good morning and welcome to our March 19th edition of Pillars of Success. I'm your host, W. Earl Sparrow, Jr. We're going to be talking about a lot of things on this show, including some community events, and I want to go right into it. We have the Dunbar Easter Parade celebration starting on Easter Sunday. Parade begins at 3 p.m. This is a big thing I enjoy every year. My kids enjoy it. Sometimes I participated with the FAMU alumni, and I love this event. Also celebrating the journey, 118th anniversary, we have St. John's Missionary Baptist Church with Dr. Leon Williams is the pastor there. They're celebrating their 118th anniversary. This Sunday they're wrapping that up. So please feel free to go and celebrate with them this Sunday at 11 a.m. And also we have Stars Complex. They're having a teen dance, spoken word, and talent show from 6 to 11 p.m. right on Edison Avenue at the Stars Complex. So all the youth that can sing, can rap, can dance, or do spoken word, please go and check this event out and get out there. You never know who's going to see you, who's going to sponsor you, who's going to sign you up, who's going to take that talent and develop it into more things. We have a guest, Ms. Sylvia Dorisme, today, and we're going to talk with her about her business and how she's got to where she is now. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
After a car accident, call me, Attorney Joe North. I am here for you and for your family. How do you go about getting good medical treatment? Who's going to pay for those medical bills? And what about money for your pain and suffering? And what about the lost wages? For more than 25 years, I have been helping clients with those same questions. For more than 25 years, families have trusted me with their accident cases. So after an accident, call me, Joe North. I am here for you.
The City of Fort Myers has supported new and early-stage businesses by providing a location and technical assistance to new business owners. Tenants also have access to free business consulting, professional receptionist office, free Wi-Fi, 2 conference rooms, a large training room, copier and fax. Many new businesses now operating successfully have had their start at the Southwest Florida Enterprise Center. If you have a business idea, call 239-321-7085 and come join us.
Happy New Year and welcome to Tax Care. We are located at 2227 Fowler Street in Fort Myers. Come see us and get your huge refund. Have you ever been somewhere and felt like you didn't get the refund you deserve?
Come see us.
Have you ever been somewhere and felt like they ripped you off?
Come see us.
Have you ever gone somewhere and gotten your taxes prepared and then gone back to get your refund and they had moved?
Come see us.
Come see us and get your huge refund. We are waiting on you.
Hablo en español.
Hello, I'm James Middlebrooks with the Community Press. I'm here to let you know that we have a community paper that is just going all around Fort Myers, Florida. I have 3 other people that are working with me, and that is Veronica Barber, Pablo Williams, and we call him Bodie, who is our circulation manager. We are working for you. We want you to know that this is the community paper for us. We want to put stories about what's happening, good stories about what's happening in our community. We want to do things on the local level, on the state level, on the national level, but we are sincerely about the local level.
Let me tell you, hey yo, the words that you got someone tell you to grow up and give up on your dream. Hey yo, so
Welcome back to CTV1's Pillar of Success. I'm your host, W. Earl Sparrow, Jr. And we have in the house Miss Sylvia Dorisme, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Going to apologize. We talked about her being one of my first guests. She sent me a message. I thought I was supposed to be your first guest.
Oh my
gosh. Man, I forgot. So she's our second guest.
We have to hold each other accountable.
We do have to hold
so
each
I have
other
to,
accountable.
You have to keep your words.
Yes, yes. And bad.
He got
spell.
reprimanded. That's why I'm here today.
But welcome to the show. Tell us what you do here in this community, and we'll talk about how you got there. But you touched on, and when we talked a few months ago, you explained the difference to me between a prep school and a
actual school.
school.
Right.
I was under the impression that in this day and age, there are so many fake places, there's no other word to say it, that are for profit. You pay for things, and you think you get a piece of paper, and you think you can go ahead and get a job, or you can get certified here or there, and they look at it and like, what's this? Never heard of it. So,
right. Well, there's nothing wrong with the prep center. When we first started our school, we kind of started that way because it takes a while to get your licenses from the Department of Education. There's nothing wrong with a prep center as long as they advertise themselves as that. So there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. I'm glad they are involved in the community. But as a school, what we do is we make sure that people are ready to go to work. We have built an amazing relationship with local employers to make sure those people are employed. At the end of the day, we are private schools, and we have to make sure we maintain a certain number of passing rates and for the state, and also employment rates. So we try to do our job, and we try to get the right credentials, so when our students come to our schools, they'll go out there to find employment, and they're able to do so. As far as fake schools, I wouldn't, the prep centers are not technically fake unless they're advertise themselves as a school, then that's a different story. The Department of Education would not accept that. But I'm glad they're in the community, because some of the prep classes that they offer, it's needed. And you know, there's so many business out there for everyone, and the community needs options. So if anybody wants to go out there and do that, I do respect it. But we do try to provide both options for our students, and we love serving the community. So
well, let me step that back. I don't mean fake. I'll say misleading.
Right. That's the word.
Because if I'm going to class, I'm telling my kids I'm going to school. I tell my people that I'm going here and there. I'm working towards getting a better career, and I'm going to get a good job after I leave here. And then I graduate. I have my ceremony. I have my cap and gown. I'm so happy. And now I'm ready to go on to the next phase. And they say, we'll take that class, but not that one.
Yeah, we've gotten a lot of students in that situation. A lot of them actually come from the East Coast, believe it or not. And they come here, they try to get employment, and when the employer do the records, you know, the search for their records, unable to find the school that provides the certification. But you know, that's something that happens all over the United States. You really can't prevent it. People are going to provide you with misleading information, fake information. At the end of the day, just be careful and make sure that you can always call the Department of Education to check a school out before you attend the school. So that's something I always recommend for our students. I even I tell them, go ahead and call if you have any kind of negative, or if you're skeptical about our schools, just call the Department of Education. They'll verify whether or not that school is allowed to provide certain programs.
That's the key. You can't get conned. There's this thing called Google, Google.com, COM. Go to it, check it out, look it up, go to the Department of Education, Florida Department of Education, and look them up.
Right.
And if you don't do your homework and you get, scammed out of your money or something like that, you got to say, well, it sounded too good to be true, but I started to check it out, but I forgot to, and I didn't really get around to it. But but it's still their fault, no.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got to accept responsibility for that. So we're going to be back with our second segment. We're going to talk a little bit about your path to Fort Myers and what led you to CAPE and what led you to co-found this. So thank you so much for coming.
You.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
The City of Fort Myers has supported new and early-stage businesses by providing a location and technical assistance to new business owners. Tenants also have access to free business consulting, professional receptionist office, free Wi-Fi, 2 conference rooms, a large training room, copier and fax. Many new businesses now operating successfully have had their start at the Southwest Florida Enterprise Center. If you have a business idea, call 239-321-7085 and come join us.
Happy New Year and welcome to Tax Care. We are located at 2227 Fowler Street in Fort Myers. Come see us and get your huge refund. Have you ever been somewhere and felt like you didn't get the refund you deserve?
Come see us.
Have you ever been somewhere and felt like they ripped you off?
Come see us.
Have you ever gone somewhere and gotten your taxes prepared and then gone back to get your refund and they had moved?
Come see us.
Come see us and get your huge refund. We are waiting on you.
Hablo en español.
Hello, I'm James Middlebrooks with the Community Press. I'm here to let you know that we have a community paper that is just going all around Fort Myers, Florida. I have 3 other people that are working with me, and that is Veronica Barber, Pablo Williams, and we call him Bodie, who is our circulation manager. We are working for you. We want you to know that this is the community paper for us. We want to put stories about what's happening, good stories about what's happening in our community. We want to do things on the local level, on the state level, on the national level, but we are sincerely about the local level.
Let me tell you, hey y'all, hey y'all, ain't nothing worse than to have someone tell you to grow up and give up on your dream. Hey y'all, so
Welcome back to Pillars of Success. I'm your host, W. Earl Sparrow Jr. This is our guest this morning, co-founder of Southwest Vocational Tech, Miss Sylvia Dorisme.
Dorisme.
Yes, Dorisme, not Cynthia, Sylvia. Amen. Tell us how you got the idea to start and co-found Southwest Vocational Tech.
Well, back in 2008, when the economy was crashing really bad, it started becoming very bad to the point where people were losing their jobs. And I was one of those people. I was one of those victims who had a decent job and I lost my job, so I had to find a way to get a new job. And it became a challenge. I was either overqualified, underqualified, and so I looked around and saw a need for healthcare at that time. That was the only industry where you could still maintain your job or get a job. So then I said,
recession-proof industry.
Right. I said, you know what? If I'm going through this, I can only imagine how many other people are going through it. I mean, at that time, I had a bachelor's degree at that time, so it's not like I didn't have an education, but it was difficult to find employment. So I used to work for another school, and I came up with the idea, why don't we open a school to help people get back to work? And that's kind of how the idea started, and it's been a wonderful journey, challenging at times, I mean a lot of times, but it's great seeing how some people come from working a minimum wage job and they come through our trainings 2 to 4 weeks, 5 weeks, they're able to go out there and increase their income and live a better lifestyle. And it also gives them the desire to accomplish more. We've had students who started with just a 2 weeks home health aid program, and now they're in nursing school. They want to become a nurse. We have those who want to become a doctor now. So it's a very satisfying feeling to know that you're making a difference in people's lives. And so that was the idea when we started it. We want to make sure that it would make a difference, and that's exactly what it's doing.
We need people to have opportunities. That's all it's about.
Absolutely.
It's an opportunity. You got to take it. And I'm just thinking, while you said that, there's somebody out there watching this to say, sat across from there and say, I don't know if you're the right fit for this. I don't know. We'll call you back. We don't call you back. It's all right.
Right.
And now look at where you are. Through the grace of God, yet by the grace of God.
By the grace of God.
But if there are people that are in that search or looking for a job or something like that, maybe God is saying this is not for you to get a job. It's for you to start a career and to start a school, start helping other people that are going
Any type of
through
business.
the same thing.
Right.
Starting a business. So 2008 you got started with that. What's grown since 2008? How small were you and where are you guys headed in the future?
That's an interesting question. This year is our biggest growth. We started with just very minimum, limited capital to begin with, and we were in a very small building of Cape Coral Parkway. We've been able to grow from 1,300 square foot, I think, to about almost 5,000 square foot now. So the school's definitely growing, and we're adding more programs. We're creating more partnerships throughout the community in online classes, like I mentioned earlier. So the growth process has been, I would say, steady. It's been, there were good moments, bad moments, but pretty much we were right within our 5-year, 10-year goals. We're going on 7th year anniversary now. We're celebrating 7 years this year.
Awesome.
So yeah, we're right within our goals of growth, and we're very happy. And it's really, we have to give our students credits for it. They come to us and they trust us to help them, and they allow us to do that. That's really what's helping us with the growth of with the company.
Yeah, they say if you have a good experience, you'll tell 2 people. You have a bad experience, you'll tell 20. So
Yes.
for you to have a good experience and still experience growth like you're doing now, that's great. Maybe they're telling 4 or 5 people.
Well, word of mouth is our main source of advertisement. We don't have a TV commercial. We're just starting into that this year. We never had a TV commercial before. We did some radio advertisement, but the majority part of our marketing campaign is word of mouth. And you can't please everyone. Every business out there have a couple bad reviews, good reviews, but for the most part, we have a really high number of people who are happy with our schools and our programs. We try to create a very friendly, encouraging environment, so people are motivated when they come to us. It's not just, oh, you're just a number, and here's your student number, have a nice life. We really do care about them, and we really push them to complete our programs, and we also encourage them to find employment as well, which we do help them with.
I'm glad that was going to be for our last segment, but you talked about helping them with employment. I see on Facebook you
Yes.
have a lot of job fairs, and can you tell us when the next one is, or what kind of
Yes.
things and careers that people are looking for with the employers that come to you?
Right. We had a job fair a couple weeks ago. We had about 25 employers there, which was, I think, 20 or 25 employers there, which was pretty impressive.
Yeah.
And they're looking for healthcare professionals. It was mainly healthcare, and CH was there. We really try to create a positive environment in a relationship.
Naples
with
Community Hospital?
Naples Community Hospital was there. You had Brookdale Village. We had a lot of the local employers there to hire our graduates. Now, what we do that's a little different, we make our job fairs open to the public, so people outside
Correct.
can also come in and inquire jobs with those companies. So we're having another job fair. It was such a success. We're having another one. I believe it's on April 23rd, but it's going to be in Bonita Springs. The one we had was in Cape Coral, so now we're moving forward to the Naples area. So Bonita Springs is the next event. And we're excited. We're going to have the same employers there, and we're inviting Lee Memorial. Hopefully they'll be there as well. I think they will. So anyone who's interested or have a certificate in home health aid, CNA, phlebotomy, medical assistant, LPN, even RNs, they're welcome to come in. Not only our students, but the outside public.
That's awesome too. You have 2 locations, one in Bonita Springs and one in Cape Coral. How did that transition go as far as spreading from you said 1,100 feet to the 5,000 and another one? By the way, we're down in Naples, Bonita Springs.
Bonita Springs,
also.
yes. Well, we were receiving a lot of phone calls in the Naples area, and we're located in Cape Coral. Depending where they live in Naples, it can be anywhere from an hour to an hour and 30 minutes drive. And we really wanted to serve that community, and we didn't want them to have to commute to that distance. So we decided to open a second location over there to serve the South Fort Myers and of course the Naples area. It's picking up. Cape Coral is our main location. That's where the actions take place. But the satellite office is definitely picking up right now, and we're planning to grow there too.
Of course.
There is a need for it.
So you could grow that one out a little bit, then head a little further south to Naples in the next 3-4 years?
I hope sooner than that. Definitely sooner than that.
Definitely sooner
Yes.
than that. Well, awesome. How did you think the community of Naples, the Cape Coral community reacted to I know now you're winning the FACE Award, and we'll talk about that. Congratulations. That was last night, right?
That was last night. I'm exhausted
We'll
now.
talk about that. But once you got started a few years ago, because we want to inspire, your story is the inspiration. We want our audience to hear that. What do you think the difference is between when you first started to where you are now from the Cape Coral environment, the business environment?
Well, we chose Cape Coral for very specific reasons. There's several schools here in Fort Myers, and we respect them highly and really wish them the best. We selected Cape Coral because we do realize that there's Punta Gorda and Port Charlotte back there, and there's such a Cape Coral is growing. It's becoming such a massive growth for
much bigger than Fort Myers.
In terms of land mass, it is a bigger city than Fort Myers, but Fort Myers has a higher population than Cape Coral, but the population there is growing, and it's becoming much more diverse than it was before. You have a lot of Hispanic there now, and the blacks are moving in, and of course the Caucasians, that's the highest there, the highest number of residents there. But we selected it because we wanted to serve the Port Charlotte, Cape Coral, and we wanted to be different. And there were some advantages for us in the beginning to start there because we started working with the Veterans Foundation. So we wanted to be closer to them. So that's why we started in Cape Coral. We wanted to be different. We wanted to be closer to a different target market because there was enough schools here in Fort Myers.
Right.
If someone in Fort Myers appreciate what we do, they'll come over the bridge, and we do respect that too. But it was a little rough in the beginning. It was a rough journey, not just Cape Coral, and Bonita Springs as well. I mean, it's not typical for a young, black woman to go into these areas to open a school. Usually a school is opened by a much older individual, and when I started, I was only 25 years old. So it was a challenge in the beginning because no one believed that I could do it. That's the thing. No one believed in you. No one believed in anybody anymore. Yeah. So, but I just kept pushing and knew that it was going to work. So I just kept pushing regardless of the support that I got in the beginning. I went for it. But as we started growing more, they do realize that we're making a difference in the community. The hospital's hiring our folks and graduates, and they see the change. So we have a really good support with the Chamber and the Economic Development Board over there. They all support our business. We're very grateful now that they are seeing the change, the growth, and they want to be part of it.
Yeah, you were quite the cover girl.
Oh, gosh.
The Latinos, you guys see, this is the lady that's on the stand when you come out of Publix.
Please don't make me sign.
I have one. You're going to sign it. Give me an autograph. But tell us about you're on the Cape Coral advertisement for the
Economic Development Board, yes.
Board, yeah, I saw that.
They did a paper on us, which was very nice of them.
The Latinos and the Gulf Coast, right? Cover both of them.
Yes,
right?
I recently won the FACE Award of Southwest Florida for 2016 in the education category. In fact, I just received the award last night. That's why my hair's all done. Normally, I do not look the fine tune.
Oh, yeah.
So definitely, the award had something to do with it. No, seriously, I don't. But in any case, I won that last night, and The Latinos and Gulf Shore Magazine has created this event as a collaboration. They created this event to recognize diversity in the community. And I believe they have 5 or 6 categories: education, nonprofit, healthcare, I can't remember the other ones right now, but there's 5 or 6 categories, and they select from a pile of nomination. So someone nominated me, and they selected me as the winner for education this year. And it's been amazing. And they also selected me as the cover page for both magazines, which was, I think this is the first time it ever happened where they had me on both magazines at the same time. It's been an amazing journey. Like this year is definitely my year. You know how they say this is my year? They definitely did a good job with the pictures and getting the publications out there and the publicity. It's been great. I'm very grateful, very thankful, and I hope it inspires someone out there. I started with businesses at a very young age, and my goal and everything that I do, I just hope that it inspires someone, and if it inspires one person, then I did my job.
We're going to come right back for our last segment, and we're going to talk about the nuts and bolts for a second. So if you want to start a business, you want to get started with that, how do you do it? We'll be right back. This is Community Pillars of Success. We'll be right back.
Hey, did you hear about churchgossip.net?
Listen up. There's an exciting new place where you can get all the latest tea in church news. It's called churchgossip.net. At churchgossip.net, you'll find anything from outrageous pastor scandals to what your favorite gospel artist is up to, even a few opinion and inspirational pieces. You name it, churchgossip.net will have it. So come check us out. Tell a friend and a family member about churchgossip.net, and don't forget to like and share our page. churchgossip.net, the #1 source for all your church tea.
Hi, my name is Janet, spokesperson for CTV Public Access. CTV Public Access was created and designed for you to showcase yourself, product, service, event, mini talk show, or spiritual sermon. We help you do that through video marketing. In fact, text and audio is becoming a thing of the past, and with social media, this has become much easier for you to post a video. Everyone can look professional. Marketing numbers say that people only retain about 10% of what they hear, 20% of what they read, and a whopping 70% of what they see and hear. You got it. Video is the only way to go. With CTV Public Access, we make access to professional cameras and lighting easier for you. So forget about buying expensive equipment and hiring staff to do your production. We have everything you need. And at only $25 for a 10-minute slot, you have nothing to lose. So let's get you started by contacting us at 239-400-1088. Leave name, number, and idea you have. We'll get back to you within 24 to 48 hours. CTV Public Access. Easier access to professional video production for everyone.
I was recently in an auto accident. Do I have a case?
If the accident was someone else's fault and you were injured, then yes, you have a case. As a matter of fact, even if you were partially at fault for the accident, you may still have a case. So give me a call.
Let me tell you, hey yo, the words that you got someone tell you to grow up and give up on your dream. Hey yo, so.
Welcome back to our last segment. We have W. Earl Sparrow as your host, and we have Miss Sylvia
Dorisme.
For our guest today. We want to talk this last segment about how the nuts and bolts about how you develop, how you get to where you get to. You don't just wake up and all of a sudden you have all these things falling in your lap. You got to hustle, you got to work, but you got to get an education. You can't, there's no shortcuts. So can you tell us, from the beginning, you have a degree in business, right?
Yes, I do have not 1, 2 degrees actually, but education means different things to me. I don't think a college degree is necessary to start a business. I mean, let's look at the most powerful people in the world. They didn't even finish college.
Started, yeah.
Right. But you can educate yourself different ways. You can read books. You can go to seminars. There's different ways to educate yourself, but you can never beat a college degree, no matter how expensive or how bad the media or anybody tries to paint a college degree. I value my education. There's one quote that I always use when it comes to education, and it's from Nelson Mandela, who I admire and adore. It says, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. And I value that quote because it's true in every sense of the word. It's true. You need an education to do things in life. I've met people who started businesses and it didn't really succeed. And most small businesses, they do fail within the first year.
Right.
And I do believe lack of education is one of the reasons, besides finances, capital, and all those other reasons. But also education. You have to educate yourself. To start a business, you need to have a proper business plan, marketing plan. You also need to know how to present yourself out there. And I do encourage people to go for it. If you have a gut feeling that you can do something, don't let no one stop you, education or not. Go for it. Go for it and educate yourself as you go along. And do the best you can. And hustling, yes. People who knows me, they know that I push hard, I go hard, and I try to, I really try to give the company a good image out there, not only through my staff, but through myself as well. Especially being a black woman, there were so many odds against me. There were so many odds against me. If I didn't have an education, it would have been a problem. I have an education, it's a problem. You can't really win.
Yeah.
So you just go out there and do the best that you can every day, and you push yourself, and no one's gonna believe in you. Most likely family and friends, they don't even believe in you when you start out. But you have to prove them that, hey, listen, I can do this, and I need your support. And as you go along and they see the growth and they see the fire in you, that is going to inspire them to support you, and it will inspire them to do good things for themselves as well.
That's very, very important. Your sister worked with you, right?
Yes, my little sister. Oh my God, I'm so many years older than her. And yes, she works with me. She's a pre-med student now, and I hired her when she finished high school because I wanted her to work in an environment where she can make a difference, and I also wanted to kind of guide her through her career because she wants to become a doctor. That's a very aggressive goal, and if I can give her guidance early on, that's what I like to do. So yes, she does work with me, and I try to hire people that I know can make a difference, and people who kind of think like me, who can make a difference. So she's one of those people. I do love her too. She's
my. Talk about family.
It's hard to work with family now.
It is
Trust
hard
me.
to work
Sometimes
with
I just want to say, you know what, pack yourself and leave. We're done for today. But at the end of the day, I try to teach her and train her so she can also be the best that she can be tomorrow. She's our future. She's younger, so she's definitely the future.
That's so important for us to. It's not about us. It's a song that Dietrich had in this gospel song. It's not about us. What I do is for the next generation. I want people to see my life when I'm laying in front of the church. I'm dead and gone. I got the flowers and all that other kind of stuff. My fraternity brothers here and the Mason brothers here and my FAMU alumni, all that other kind of stuff like that. My Gator, Go Gators, all that stuff. I want them all to say, he helped me. This is what I enjoyed doing. I enjoyed, when I was, there was an opportunity, I was feeling down about myself, he gave me an opportunity, He helped me get myself together. I love my former high school students, my former elementary school students. They come up to me and smile, Mr. Sparrow, hey. I don't remember their name. Unless they were good or bad. I'm like, oh, I don't know. He must have been all right. So, but it's all about the next generation. And how do you inspire the next generation to go and to grow and to do better than we did? I want my children to be much better off than I am right now. And I'm doing okay. Me and my wife are doing pretty good, but we wanted the next generation to be better. And when you see that family needs an opportunity, go for it. When you, but if you're going to wait on your family to support you before you get started, guess what? You're not going to get started. You're not going to get off the ground.
Some people are lucky. I've met people where they have a very supportive family, but let's face it, that's not the fact or the case for all of us. You know, you said something very important. I'm a mom. I have a 3-year-old son, Sky, who I love and adore. You're absolutely right. It's not everything that I'm doing now is not necessarily all for me. It's also for my little boy. I want him to be something tomorrow, and I want him to have someone to look up to beside his father, who's a great guy as well. I want my son to look at my legacy tomorrow and say, you know what, my mom did something good in the community, and I also want to follow her footstep and do something for the community as well. We want to inspire our kids and the young generation, especially in this day and age where, you know, I mean, we had guidance growing up, but now you have the media, you have social media, and just all the pop cultures that influence our children, and they are so lost. So we really want to create that day and age where you had MLK and you had all these great, powerful people wanting to fight for our future. So we might not be able to do what MLK did, but we can do something different every day to inspire our children, our future generation.
There was a story where this young man broke into somebody's house. The homeowner shot him, killed him, and then the parents, some of his family members, and you guys will see the story online, is saying, how else was he supposed to get his money? She should have just let the police handle it. She didn't have to kill them for breaking in her house. Like, when you were saying that made me think about that story. There are examples. There are people that are going out there doing it the right way, that are busting their butts and hustling to get institutions built and businesses built. And there are so many examples everywhere. If you want a good influence, you can find a good influence.
They're all around us.
They're all around us, but the sky's the limit. And you don't have to go a life of crime. You don't have to go and sell drugs. You don't have to rob people and do these other kind of things. But education's the key.
Education is the key. You know, Maya Angelou said something so phenomenal in a speech that she gave. I don't know what it was for, but I remember 3 lines. It was a really long speech, but for some reason there were 3 lines that I remembered from that speech. And she says at the end of her speech, she said, "It will be done, it can be done, but it's up to us." So whatever we want, whoever we want to become, if we want to become a good influence, a good person, a bad person, is really choices. There are choices out there. There are ways to make money legally in the country. I mean, hey, there's no way we're ever going to get rid of everything that's illegal. Yeah. But especially in our community, amongst the Black community, we really want to upgrade our image where we do more things that are inspiring to our children and the next generation. So that young man's the story you just mentioned, the young man's story, how else can he make his money? Yeah, there are other ways. Get a job at Publix.
Correct.
Take a vocational training. I don't know what to tell you, but there are ways out there where you can make money where you don't have to break in someone's home and eventually get injured. So there are ways, but education is always key.
Education is key, and again, in this day and age with Google, you can be with what's the name? TED Talks is another one. TEDTALKS.com. They have people come on and talk about how they got to where they got and how they continue to build on that and inspire people to go on and do the next, be the next Bill Gates and the next, what's this guy named? so many great
Mark
examples.
Zuckerberg, the young people do admire him.
Zuckerberg, I couldn't think of his name, Mr. Facebook. We just have a few seconds left. What could you say to 25-year-old, 22-year-olds?
Almost 10 years ago for me, my God.
If you were starting around, because she's watching this show right now.
25-year-old Sylvia, wow.
Starting a business that are where you were.
Yeah. Well, 25-year-old Sylvia, I do encourage you to believe in yourself. I do encourage you to use your failures as encouragement, as inspiration. I do encourage you to go out there and do your best every day and block the outside noises. There's a lot of them out there. So if you believe in yourself, your gut feeling tells you that you can do it, you go for it, and you don't stop. And don't let failure stop you, because to be successful, you have to fail along the way. It's not a straight line, it's a very narrow line. So you're gonna fail, you're going to have good days, bad days, but remember, at the end of the day, you're not just doing it for you, you're doing it for those who love you, the community, of course, the future generation, and if you have any children, for your children, for goodness sake. And stay humble, always stay humble.
Damn. Thank you, that's our show for today. We'll be back April 6th, but thank you for coming on our show, Sylvia, Dorisme.
Thank you for having me, I'm very honored to be here.
And we look forward to many more covers and many more awards. You keep doing it. You're a pillar of our community, and we salute you.
Thank you so much, I appreciate it, and so are you, thank you. You're doing great things, I know you are.
That's our show for today. We'll catch you next week.
My family member was injured at an apartment complex. Do I have a case?
The owners of apartment complexes have a responsibility to keep the residents and visitors safe from harm. So if you or a family member have been the victim of violence or shooting at an apartment complex, then yes, you may have a case. Give me a call.
Hello, I'm James Middlebrooks with the Community Press. I'm here to let you know that we have a community paper that is just going all around Fort Myers, Florida. I have 3 other people that are working with me, and that is Veronica Barber, Pablo Williams, and we call him Bodie, who is our circulation manager. We are working for you. We want you to know that this is the community paper for us. We want to put stories about what's happening, good stories about what's happening in our community. We want to do things on the local level, on the state level, on the national level, but we are sincerely about the local level. But we are so happy that we can report to you 28 pages of good stuff. We're reporting about the churches around this community. We're reporting about the community, about the fraternities and sororities. We're reporting about people who a lady just graduated from high school and she's 78 years old. I think that's remarkable. We are reporting about people who live the longest around here. We have a young lady who's 116 years and she's still around. We love what we are doing, and we are proud of giving you the report to you from the Community Press. Thank you and have a great day.
Happy New Year and welcome to Tax Care. We are located at 2227 Fowler Street in Fort Myers. Come see us and get your huge refund. Have you ever been somewhere and felt like you didn't get the refund you deserve?
Come see us.
Have you ever been somewhere and felt like they ripped you off?
Come see us.
Have you ever gone somewhere and gotten your taxes prepared and then gone back to get your refund and they had moved?
Come see us.
Come see us and get your huge refund. We are waiting on you.
Hablo en español.